Heard of a shaman once who drank machine oil.
Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drowned.
Survived another day, I see.
One day,
say about these new
Stone of the
machines,
Din was dry.
they will challenge us.
The next, the flood came.
These are Banuk matters, Outlet. They don't concern you.
Some faithless hunters see the blue light as a symbol, something
Deep din,
poetic but unreal.
silenced by rising
They
waters.
are fools.
The herds are always moving, but so are we.
Some say Sakuli
No
paints
more
prophecies,
music.
others say memories.
Blood's
It's
not
all too
that.
heady for me.
Doesn't it just make sense that on top of everything we have bandits in the cut now as well?
Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to. Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around.
I'd go to Stone
It would
Yield
torment
and kill
him to see his
Oldwood
legacy
myself
drowned.
if he weren't hiding behind his crew of cutthroats.
No one hunts like the Banuk, but I've heard the Nora can handle their bows.
One day, the Stone of the Din was dry. The next, the flood came.
I've taken down many machines, but these ones with their purple markings, I
Deep
wasn't
in.
prepared.
Silenced by rising waters.
Good hunting today. We reunited many machine spirits with the blue light.
No more music.
The spikes the daemon drives up
Blood
from the
sounded
ground.
out.
Just looking at them makes my chest feel hollow.
Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to.
How long must we wait for Sakuli to
Oh, I'm
finish her
glad my
painting?
father isn't
It's
around.
been ages.
It would torment him to see his legacy drowned. One day, the Stone of the Din was dry. The next, the flood came. Deep din, silenced by rising waters. No more music. The flood saw to that. Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to. Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drown.
You are very still and very observant. You will see the blue light in every sheet of ice.
One day, the stone of the din was dry. The next, the flood came. Deep din, silenced by rising waters. No more music. The flood saw to that. Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to. Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drowned. One day, the stone of the din was dry. The next, the flood came.
Think of summer sun, breeze through the trees.
Deep din, silenced by rising waters. No more music. The flood saw to that. Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to. Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drowned. One day, the stone of the din was dry. The next, the flood came. Deep din, silenced by rising waters. No more music. The flood saw to that. Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to. Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drowned. One day, the stone of the din was dry. The next, the flood came.
It feels like it's been forever.
Deep din, silenced by rising waters. No more music. The flood saw to that.
Requires three things: a sharp spear, a warm tent, and a wierek where everyone knows their place.
Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to.
Sekuli's work is steady, but it is hers. She follows behind no
Oh,
other.
I'm glad my father isn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drowned. One day, the stone of the din was dry. The next, the flood came.
Every day you end breathing is a day over which you claim victory.
Deep din, silenced by rising waters. No more music. The flood saw to that. Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to.
Whatever happened, we can't let the danger.
Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around.
That's not who
It
we
would
are.
torment him to see his legacy drowned.
Here's the better day.
Outlanders. Karja Outlanders.
Karja have been here working since the spire cast a shadow on the mesa. The Asaram are newcomers.
It was only a matter of time before an Oseram. Bergren said Araya's apprentice went north of the river. Hopefully not too far. Stocking up. I need to bring this tower down. That must be an tube moving under that tower. It looks like it's sending out a Naltuk?
Who are you? How did you find me?
Bergrand told me you'd be out here.
He's persistent. I've told that Oseram 1,000 times. I don't need to buy anything.
And I'm not selling. I just need to find Araya.
Well, you won't. She's gone where only shamans can tread. She seeks guidance from the voice in the blue light. That is her task. And the task she gave me is to observe the daemon's work. To stop it spreading, if I can. But what can I do about these towers? In only a few weeks, they've sprouted throughout the cut. The daemon's energy pulses from them. Rallies the machines, even repairs them.
Aratak said this daemon was frenzying machines?
Look there. Those with the purple markings. They belong to the daemon. They're stronger, more dangerous.
I've seen something like this before. A corruption. But it wasn't from your daemon.
You have? Well, then you know more than I do. These towers, were they part of your corruption?
No. Those are new to me too.
Like I said, they empower the daemon's machines. They must be stopped.
Will you tell me where Araya went?
You ask a lot of questions.
Only when I'm not getting the answers I need?
There's but one voice Araya wants to hear right now, and it isn't yours. I'm sorry.
All right. You want to stop the spread of the daemon's work? I know how to get started. With my bow and spear.
Outlander, wait. Won't you tell me your name?
Aloy.
Good. If you fall to the daemon's machines, at least I can properly recount your efforts to Araya.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. But I won't fall. And when I'm done, you're gonna tell me where she is. I can kill the machines, But what about the tower? I might be able to destroy it. Or override it. Shields overloaded. By that pulse from the tower. So the tower hooks nearby machines. But it can be overridden. Seems I can take care of the machines and towers. The daemon's next.
You claimed its power for yourself somehow. Perhaps Aurea should meet you after all. What she truly seeks is hope. After what I just saw, you could show her that. She's in retreat beyond those mountains, the ice rasps. You'll have to walk the shaman's path to get there. You'll know you've reached the end when you come to a shrine. A great machine covered in blue gleam. Shamans who complete the path take a piece of it as reward. If you make it that far. You should too. You'll have earned it.
You said something about blue gleam at the end of the shaman's path?
A crystal that builds on the bodies of machines in the oldest ice. We Banuk believe it's the stuff of the blue light, frozen as it escapes their shells. You might be more interested that merchants will trade well for it.
Bergren told me you're Aurea's apprentice.
In her absence, I serve the chieftain and his werak as an advisor, a scout, a speaker for the blue light.
A lot of responsibilities.
I don't know if I can live up to Aurea's example, but I have to try. I owe her that much. She took a chance on me. An aspiring shaman from the edge of the world. No one else would.
Were you with Aurea when they attacked the mountain?
I wish I had been, even with all that happened. I'm no warrior, though, so she bid me wait. When Aurea and the chieftain returned, I saw them argue bitterly. I don't know what about exactly. Then she came to me, gave me my task, and left us.
How do I cross this shaman's path?
Go to the ice rasps. Then follow the markers through the ice caves and the waterfalls, and make the climb to the shrine. But be careful. The path is meant to be an ordeal, the final trial of a young shaman's training.
And I'll find Aurea at the end of it?
No. She goes further up, somewhere inside the mountain. If you see her, would you tell her, I have faith she will hear the voice again.
All right, I guess I'm off to the ice rasps to find this shaman's path.